Hey, what's up, and welcome back to Aaron Reacts. And I am continuing this series, this mini series of Summertime. I'll go ahead and link to the most previous one up here, so go ahead and check that out if you have not yet. In fact, the last one I did was actually with Cork Orchestra, and that was super emotional, so definitely check that out. I'm actually recording this the next day, so I actually skipped one and missed this one. So I'm actually injecting it. So you actually see me with the different shirt. I did all of them in one sitting, and then I realized I missed this one. So I'm coming back. This one is another H10. This is with the Kongsberg Big Band, and it's at Gamla Norge on July 9th, 2016. She's also 10, as I said, and again, it's summertime. So let's go ahead and dive right in. You see her walking out. And there's her manager, Mike, her uncle Mike, giving her some water. Okay, so I hear some background music going on, and I'm guessing that there's another stage. I didn't think this was well, originally I thought it was a jazz festival. When I read the title, I didn't think it was a jazz festival, so maybe it is. She's with the Kongsberg Big Band. Maybe there's multiple stages going on. It seems like another performance somewhere in the background. Yeah, and he's looking back. I think they can, yeah. Okay, here we go. Ooh. Mm. Okay, so yeah, this is so cool. So, the thought that occurred to my in my head here, and I'm curious, maybe Boris or anybody else that was there, and maybe you don't know because you were probably so engaged with her, but I really wonder if there is another performance going on, right? Did the moment those people start hearing the background of the other performance, which is Angelina, do they start to realize, oh my gosh, what is that? And then they start attracting other people over here. I would not at all be surprised if that were the case, right? She probably had people gluing, and I'm sure everybody in the audience instantly was like, oh my gosh, right? This arrangement sounds pretty familiar. I don't know if this is the original Porgy and Bess or what, but I can't recall, but I'm pretty sure I've heard the similar arrangement before. So yeah, I'm not quite sure, but it does sound more like that big band arrangement. I've heard that, or at least close to it. What a beautiful sound right from the get-go. I actually paused where I did, because again, you see that decoration of "Don't You Cry" being different again here, and in here it's more pronounced, right? I don't remember the exact run, but it was like "Don't," and it kind of almost a pause, "You," right? She had kind of three separate parts, and each of them were uniquely controlled with a slight break between them. I don't think she had that same kind of separation, or at least that cleanly before. Isn't the band in Her with the fish are jumping. I love that. Okay, so this big band, they don't feel on right here. There's this is like I think the third point where I felt like there's a couple, there's just not clicking with her. And this trumpet player is messing up. Which happens, but he's repeatedly doing it. He's trying to slide and he's smearing the notes and so forth. They get what he's trying to do, but it's not clean. And so it's actually not that far off, I think, in what he's trying to do. But to the untrained ear, it sounds horrible, probably. I'm guessing. I mean, I get it, but it's just not clean. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, it's not there. She knows it. She knows it. She's kind of rolling her eyes like, really? There's someone in the audience singing. See, the band sounds great here with the different interchange. They're not a terrible band at all. I just feel like they're not connecting with her and. Hmm. I can't hear it enough. So this is we know that she can growl and do some stuff. We've seen, obviously I put a spell on you, it's a man's world and so forth. Here you see just a touch of distortion on Ma. Just like the horn player did. That is so pretty. Right here. Okay, actually, it wasn't distortion. It was almost like an intentional. I'm sure it's intentional here, almost like an intentional crack. That I actually maybe because I'm an untrained vocalist, I heard it as distortion the first time. So I don't know if that's the effect she's going for, but it was wonderful. Okay, the third time it's clear what she's doing, but I want to go back to this part. Let's listen to this first. Oh, we've got minutes left. Is there another performance? I think there's another performance.
Kina har kommet nå til å spille vår siste låt sammen. Men Kina skal synge et arrangement av Fly Me to the Moon.
Ah, okay, yeah, there's, which I think I'm pretty sure I reacted to this because I think I've done all the Fly Me to the Moons at least. I'm pretty sure I did this one. Okay, here we go. So here you see she goes into a very clear head voice and hush and then little baby. And it sounds so full and beautiful. She slides right into it. And then again, don't. She almost says, don't you cry. So she dances around that. So she's just every time it's different. Watch her hands. So I questioned it before. I still wondered towards the end. The first time I heard it, I thought it was a Barry, but earlier I thought I heard a bassoon. I think that final note might actually be bassoon. But anyway, you know, another performance where, she's just fantastic. I mean, this is flawless. Again, I gotta imagine just being there, everybody was glued to her. Um, I don't have anything against this band. They sounded good. That, there were just parts that I feel like it maybe just wasn't their best night. Maybe they didn't rehearse this. I don't know. It just didn't feel as tight or as clean in many places, certainly as they could. Um, and I feel like she was a little bit of above them here, if I'm being honest. At the age of 10, no big deal, right? Of course, after what we just saw in Cork, why would one even be slightest bit surprised? So, okay, we'll wrap this up. We've got one final one in our tour here of this mini series of Summertime, at least at the moment, which is at the age of 11. So make sure you tune into that coming up next, in the next video when it's released. If you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and do so now. There's a link in the description and all the videos and the series and everything. There's a whole bunch of information always in the description. Always check that out. The original video I react to, Angelina's stuff. I mean, just always check it out, right? But there's a link in there for my membership site at aaronreacts.com, so do check that out. Regardless, we love you. Thank you very much. We'll see you in the next one.